15 products that are cheaply made but sold at a ridiculous price. Before we start, I would want you to hit that red subscribe button so that you never miss out on any of our videos. Number 15. Baby clothing. Have you ever held a baby grow in your hands and thought, how is it possible that a person can be this tiny? And then, how is it possible that something so small can cost so much money? Baby clothes have a huge markup, and it can seem insane to spend such exorbitant prices on such tiny items of clothing. But new parents, grandparents, well-meaning friends, and family will gladly shell out $30 for a scrap of fabric that's going to cover a baby for 5 minutes. Number 14. Designer jeans. We just mentioned the huge markups on branded clothing, and falling victim to those huge hikes are designer jeans. Even cheap jeans are subject to huge markups, including those $21.99 ones from Kohl's, who have a 112% markup. If you bought jeans from the True Religion, you would be paying a 300% markup. Number 13. EpiPens. Also called epinephrine auto-injectors. These little lifesavers may save your life, but your pocket will take a beating. As reported by NBCnews.com, Milan, a distributor of EpiPen, were selling 2 EpiPens for $600. Industry experts confirmed that each pen would not cost more than $30 to make. Number 12. Prescription drugs. Explaining the high profit margin businesses of prescription drugs in 2 words is easy. Monopoly pricing. We just mentioned the excessive pricing of the EpiPen, and here's another example provided by Time.com. Between 2012 and 2019, AbbVie's rheumatoid arthritis drug Humira increased from $19,000 a year to $60,000 a year. Name brand drugs increase exponentially each year. At first, the excessive pricing was attributed to innovation, research and development, and the discovery of new, more efficient drugs. But that theory has since been dismissed. Number 11. Bottled water. We're not even going to go into all the controversies when it comes to where spring water really comes from, but we'll just share one statistic for you. EcoWatch.com confirms that 64% of bottled water comes directly from tap. Consumers are spending in the region of $10 for a gallon of purified water, which you can either get for free or nearly free from your taps. That's a 2,000% markup. Number 10. Eyeglasses frames. What ultimately are eyeglass frames? A small piece of plastic, metal or wood, shaped to hold 2 pieces of glass. Is the process vastly different from, say, shaping a curly-whirly plastic straw? As published in a column in the LA Times, under the heading, How Badly Are We Being Ripped Off on Eyewear? E. Dean Butler, the founder of LensCrafters, says that China is responsible for manufacturing the majority of frames bought in the US, and there you could pick up Warby Parker level of quality for between $4 and $8. If you're willing to fork out $15, you get designer quality frames like you'd get from Gucci. Number 9. Textbooks. Actually, we take back what we said about you selling soul for eyeglass frames. You'll need it to study. Besides the fact that textbooks have become one of the high profit margin businesses, they're also changed every year or two, making it near impossible for students to resell or pass on. As if students aren't already paying insane prices to study, course material and textbooks keep them in debt several years after the studies have finished. Number 8. Pre-cut fruit and veg. Don't get us wrong, Aluxers. Just because the prices of pre-cut fruit and veg shoots up, it doesn't mean we'll stop buying it. Convenience does cost after all. But here's the irony of the price hike. The reason why that particular fruit or vegetable was cut up and peeled is because it was either bruised, mishapen in shape, or close to being tossed. So it gets cut and packaged, prices hiked up, and then sold. Number 7. Alcohol at bars and restaurants. Do you know the cost of a bottle of a decent whiskey? Or the price of a good red? Think about how much more affordable it will be when it's bought in bulk. Considerably enough that it should make its way to the list of high profit margin businesses. Number 6. Crocs. Urban Dictionary featured a contribution by Zarkon, who said, the most ridiculous markup since bottled water. Bottled water puts a fraction of a penny worth of water in a 2-cent bottle and sell it for $1. Crocs, on the other hand, mold a few cents of plastic with no water inside into something kinda resembling a shoe, then sell the damn thing for $30. Curved Mirror stated, there are neon rubber shoes that cost 50 cents to make and sold for $50. Number 5. Face masks. In times of crisis, there will always be people that cash in with some high profit margin businesses, and it's no different with COVID. Nottingham-based Boots found themselves making headlines on NottinghamPost.com when their masks were selling at a 500% markup. The usual retail inflation, in this case, should have been 2.1%, and they took complete advantage of the crisis and the fact that people, by law, must wear face masks. Number 4. Wedding anything. It's sad but true, but the moment you mention that whatever you're ordering is for a wedding, people see dollar signs. Of course, weddings incur a lot of additional costs that most couples don't anticipate. Things like marriage license, out-of-season flowers, even extra charges for cake cutting. Number 3. Remote keyless systems. If you've ever lost your remote key, you would have probably shed a few tears because the price of replacing one is frightening. That is exactly why it's one of the most enduring high-profit margin businesses. We know technology comes at a price, but some cost as much as $800 to replace. Graham Eves, a Marambula-based locksmith, affirms that replacing these remotes has got to an absolutely ridiculous price. Number 2. Takeout coffee or tea. We completely understand the need for your daily caffeine from your favorite spot, but you might reconsider going as often as you do when you learn that the markup is in the region of 817%. Research shows that regular coffee will cost around 30 cents, including the cup. What are you paying for your coffee? Probably anything from $2.50 to $3.50. Number 1. Mattresses. Buying a mattress is a huge decision that can cause quite a lot of confusion, and sometimes disagreement between those that have to sleep on it. It's a huge investment, and it's not the kind of purchase you can easily replace if it's shit, because they can cost thousands of dollars. Mattresses have excellent profit margins, and with low overhead costs, can make a retailer a fair amount of money. Most mattress shops are inside warehouses, and staff work on a commission-based salary. Then take into account that a $3,000 mattress costs roughly $300 to manufacture. You're looking at a 900% markup. That's all for today. I hope you liked the video. If you did, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so that you never miss any amazing video from us.